Describe a situation when you think it's appropriate to lie to the American people.
I don't think it's appropriate to lie to the American people. I mean, you can put together a hypothetical where there is a national security emergency that is imminent, and you don't want to provide, for example, the location of our troops. You don't have to lie in those situations. You simply say, we're not answering questions. I don't think it's appropriate to lie, and I think that one of the things I want to change about the culture in Washington is not just the big lie, but also the soft lie, the fudging, the manipulation, the spin. If we can restore a sense of trust between the American people and their government, we're going to go a long way to changing the country for the better.
There is circumstantial evidence of collusion.
There is more than circumstantial evidence.
I think there is direct evidence.
There is evidence that is not circumstantial.
There's abundant evidence of collusion. Yes, there's ample evidence of collusion in plain sight.
According to these transcripts he's been hiding all this time, Schiff was hearing the exact opposite.
Just released interview transcripts embarrassing to Schiff because look at this. The former DNI under President Obama, James Clapper, quote, "I never saw any direct empirical evidence that the Trump campaign or someone in it was plotting, conspiring with the Russians."
2017, Samantha Power testified she was not in possession of any of the evidence. Susan Rice said there was no smoking evidence. Yates herself concluded no collusion at all.
They would leave the closed-door session, go on TV, and say something completely different.
The whole thing was orchestrated and set up within the FBI, Clapper, Brennan, and in the Oval Office meeting that day with President Obama.
This is a massive cover-up of the greatest scandal in American history.
In prison, you are somebody's bitch. Oh, and you, my friend, would be the belle of the ball. Don't drop the soap. Don't drop the soap.
Soon, and I believe very soon, Barry Obama will pay the price for the crimes he's committed against the United States of America. As that time approaches, many will be faced with the burden of not knowing who they can trust, as lies and corruption from the Obama administration have infiltrated the FBI, the CIA, Hollywood, and the mainstream media. What did Obama actually do? How does Michael Flynn tie into all of this? How did Barack Obama know what was said between Flynn and Russia's ambassador? Even though the truth has been known for some time, due to Flynn's exoneration, it's now all quite clear. Barack Obama requested that the British spy agency GCHQ spy on Flynn and Trump using NSA tools since August 2016. The GHCQ spy operation is much more powerful than FISA, hundreds of times more powerful. Do you remember this Trump tweet? Robert Hannigan, the director of the British spy agency, resigned on January 23, 2017. 3 days after Trump's inauguration. Coincidence? Let's see what Judge Napolitano said in March 2017.
Transcribe the digital version into a transcript and give it to him. But if he does that, there's a record of the order.
Right.
So 3 intelligence sources have informed Fox News that President Obama went outside the chain of command. He didn't use the NSA, he didn't use the CIA, he didn't use the FBI, and he didn't use the Department of Justice. He used GCHQ. What the heck is GCHQ? That's the initials for the British spying agency. They have 24/7 access to the NSA database. So by simply having 2 people go to them saying, President Obama needs transcripts of conversations involving candidate Trump, conversations involving President-elect Trump, he's able to get it. And there's no American fingerprints on this.
So you're saying that the British used their version of the CIA to wiretap Donald Trump's phone or
well,
ours?
it's not a wiretap. The concept of the NSA has 24/7, 365 access every mainframe computer of every telecom and every computer service provider that does business in the United States. And they share that with various intelligence agencies, including the Brits. So the British intelligence agency had this. What happened to the guy who ordered this? Resigned. And 3 days after Donald Trump was inaugurated.
So Trump might be right, except for the fact who did it. Unbelievable.
After that GCHQ bombshell revelation, Judge was fired by Fox News. Coincidence? No. The British were not happy, so they threatened the CIA, and the CIA told Fox to fire Napolitano. Who was the CIA director in March 2017?
I encountered and am aware of information and intelligence that revealed contacts and interactions between Russian officials and U.S. persons involved in the Trump campaign that I was concerned about because of known Russian efforts to suborn such individuals. And it raised questions in my mind, again, whether or not the Russians were able to gain the cooperation of those individuals. I don't know whether or not such collusion, that's your term, such collusion existed. I don't know. But I know that there was a sufficient basis of information and intelligence that required further investigation by the Bureau.
No, it wasn't the Russians who interfered in the 2016 election. It was the British, and a foreigner usurper put in the Oval Office by a foreign power. With the funding of George Soros, Hillary Clinton, Obama, the press, and Hollywood elites pushed a false narrative of Russian collusion and advocated for globalism and a soft form of socialism. Antifa was activated to silence pro-Trump voices. America's division had grew stronger. The intense focus on Russia kept many eyes away from the numerous attempts that the FBI tried in taking down Trump by targeting his sphere of influence. Shadow presidency. Why did Obama travel to the same places both before and after Trump's official visits? Anons created a graphic showing the correlation between Obama and Trump's trips abroad during 2017. In a January 5, 2017 meeting, the Obama team outlined for Sally Yates and Jim Comey how they were to keep information from the incoming Trump administration, given that they would be the only ones remaining in government positions. As the incoming National Security Advisor, General Flynn would be privy to the details of how the Obama administration spied on the Trump campaign. Removing Flynn was their top priority. The FBI kept their investigation of Flynn open despite having no reason to do so. Per Bill Priestep, their goal was to either set up a trap to get Flynn to lie or to get him fired.
Did then candidate Trump, now President Trump, become what intelligence officials call an unwitting agent? I don't blame you for not answering that question.
Information and disinformation was illegally leaked to the press to make Flynn think he was not under investigation, when in fact he was. A second illegal leak of information was needed before Flynn would be removed from his position as National Security Advisor. With Flynn out of the way, the Obamagate plotters went to work on neutralizing Jeff Sessions. Jim Comey kept information about the Russia investigation from Sessions. He and others leaked information to smear Sessions as a Russian sympathizer, and he quickly recused himself. With Sessions out of the way, Rod Rosenstein appointed Robert Mueller as special counsel. Mueller would keep Trump under continual public suspicion of a crime and give legitimacy to media's false narrative of Russian collusion. John Kerry and Obama traveled the world assuring foreign leaders Trump would soon be out of office. Although he was no longer president, Obama's people managed to paralyze President Trump and retain a degree of control over governmental functions. Obama has been running a shadow presidency, supported by the deep state.
This has been a secret project we've been working on for a long time.
What are you doing back there? They got caught spying. Let's say it like it is, right? They got caught spying on our election.
What has almost happened here is unprecedented. Elites plotted to overturn an election because the wrong person won. These crimes struck right at the very heart of our society. We are governed by laws, not men. These coup plotters tried to change that. They corrupted institutions to the point innocent people were targeted and persecuted for false political reasons. Obama tried to take our country away from us. For the first time in American history, we will see a former president and his former vice president charged with conspiracy. 18 U.S. Code 371, conspiracy to commit offense or to defraud United States. If two or more persons conspire either to commit any offense against the United States or to defraud the United States or any agency thereof in any manner or for any purpose, and one or more of such persons do any act to effect the object of the conspiracy, each shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 5 years or both. They first told you he wouldn't be elected. Then they told you he was a Russian spy. Then they told you he was plotting against Biden by investigating Ukraine. How many times do they have to be wrong for you to see what's right? Obamagate, Spygate, sedition, an attempt to overthrow a duly elected president. That will be Obama's legacy. They never thought they would lose. Now that we know what Obamagate is, stay tuned for next week's episode as we discover why Obamagate happened.
What crime exactly are you accusing President Obama of committing, and do you believe the Justice Department should prosecute him?
Obamagate. It's been going on for a long time. It's been going on from before I even got elected. And it's a disgrace that it happened. And if you look at what's gone on, and if you look at now all of this information that's being released, and from what I understand, that's only the beginning. Some terrible things happened, and it should never be allowed to happen in our country again. And you'll be seeing what's going on over the coming weeks. And I wish you'd write honestly about it, but unfortunately, you choose not to do so. Yeah, John.